The Juilliard School here in New York is widely recognized around the world as one of, if not the premier conservatory for music, dance, and drama. But in our quickly changing world, what is the role of an elite performing arts education? And what skills and traits are learned through such an education? And do they carry over to fields outside the arts? Joining us today to discuss the future of arts education at the highest level is Juilliard President Joseph Polisi. Joseph, welcome. It's so great to have you here.
My pleasure, Tanya.
You are Juilliard's sixth president and its longest serving, with over 3 decades at the helm. And you've recently announced that you are stepping down. Is that correct?
Yes, I'll step down in June of 2018, but I'll be around for the next 21 months.
That's right.
There's a great many things to do.
Absolutely. Can we ask why or where you're going?
I'm not quite sure. I'll continue to work, and I hope in the arts, but it's early on in the process.
Absolutely. And under your stewardship, Juilliard has grown in so many ways. One of the most obvious things, I think, is that you took a commuter school and you built dormitories, which lent it more of a campus atmosphere. But you've done so many other things. What are some of the changes you're most proud of?
Well, I think we've integrated liberal arts studies into the course of the curriculum. That's extremely important for actors, dancers, and musicians to be able to deal with the modern world. We now have a very, very strong entrepreneurship program where we ask for our students to really think out of the box and to take hold of their own future.
Right. So in today's world, you think that artists really need to be prepared to run themselves as an artist as also a sort of a business. Is that right?
They need to understand all of the aspects of the modern world, from technology, of course, but also being sure that they can be administrators, artists, performers, teachers, people who can be involved in society in various ways. And
now you've also stressed globalization.
Yes.
Tell us about that and why you think that's so important.
Well, of course, globalization as a phenomenon exists in our economy and our politics. But I think in the arts, it's something that we don't discuss much, but exists. Artists go all around the world and perform. And so Juilliard will be creating the first ever branch campus in Tianjin, China, and that will open in 2019.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, it will be involved with East Asia and with the Pacific Rim.
Right, and is that not only a way of, like you said, increasing globalization of the arts, but also perhaps bringing in revenue?
It's part of a long process where we're really putting in our revenue and our equity and others in partnership of putting together a program that will have an impact in China for the millions and millions of young people who study music.
Absolutely. And we live in an increasingly polarized world. I mean, as we can see in the election, we can see in politics, in so many ways. What do you believe is the role of the arts and of artists when you look at that?
Well, ultimately, artists are communicators, and they're communicators of human values. And everything that's involved in the human experience, on the very positive side, one hopes, the sense of empathy, of humanity, of caring about other individuals, about profound thought, of intellect, is all part of what the arts are about in dance, music, and drama. And that's what we tell our young people, that they are communicators. It's not getting the notes right, the steps right, or the words right. It's getting the ideas out there.
Artists are such important members of any community. I mean, they really are the stewards of our humanity in some ways.
Right.
I think they also sometimes worry, though, how do I make a living? Is that a valid concern?
Of course, of course. And we're giving them the skill sets, whether it's speaking in public, good writing skills, analytical skills in terms of what's going on in their environment, understanding the larger community, whether it's politics, economics, et cetera.
Right.
So we hope they're going out with a real sense of mission.
And what are some of the skills that transfer? I mean, I can speak to this personally. I was a professional dancer, and I think there were many skills that I learned as a dancer that have translated into my second career, into journalism. But as you are the steward of Juilliard, what are some of the skills that you see that could transfer?
Well, you know so well, as a professional dancer, you need discipline, you need creativity, you need imagination, you need a sense of who you're communicating with. These are all skills that the business world desperately needs as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your service to Juilliard and your continued service.
Thank you.
It's a wonderful institution. Thank you, Joseph.
My great pleasure.